let's go to the center out beyond that Chinook there, that helicopter. And then we're going to take a left turn on Alpha Taxiway, which will be back to the South Oda River. All right, give it a little bit of power now. And it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm going to ask you to just taxi a little to the right of that center line to stay away from that helicopter. And we just taxi around here just a little bit further. That's right.
Greenville traffic, Scout 12439 is 3 miles.
And don't drag your brakes, please. Pull your throttle back and then apply your brakes.
For runway 02 at Greenville.
All right, make a left turn.
What, say my friend.
10 Greenville traffic, Piper 5143 Bob is taking runway 24 to...
Okay, now start applying your brakes very gently, both of them simultaneously. Okay. Now we're going to just hold the brakes here. I want you to run up to 1,000 RPM. Just hold it steady at 1,000 RPM.
Delta Charlie is on the downwind to beam the numbers of 20, pick Greenville.
Okay. It's 1,000 RPMs there. Okay.
And
now
we're looking
grab
for
your
you right
checklist
behind
again.
you. We're off the departure into 20 right now, and at 2,000.
Okay, you want to start right over here. Oh, it says we're holding our brakes. And wait a minute now. We didn't talk about that, right? Put it right there.
Okay.
We don't have to worry about that right now. So you just kind of follow down here. You want to look on the fuel on the proper tank. Just take your time. The trim tab is set in a neutral position. That's set there. You know, just double check everything and check your flight controls. Full travel up, and the other aileron should be down. And all the way, the aileron up and the right one down. Okay. And elevator forward and all the way aft. All the way aft. Okay. All right. Everything's free there. All right. Primer's in and locked over here. Okay. Now we missed one thing. We missed the instrument check. We want to make sure we're at 30 feet. We want to make sure we set on about 285. 285 on the heading indicator. Should be set about right here. Okay. That's 275. Let's go to 285. Right there. Okay.
That's traffic down at 635 Delta Charlie, turning base for runway 2, pick Greenville traffic.
Okay. All right. Everything looks good there. It's looking good. Yep.
Any need to worry about fuel pressure?
Yeah, fuel pressure's fine there. You can kind of cut the fuel pump on and watch it move just a little bit.
Traffic, Scout 12439 is now left downwind, runway 02.
All right, are we ready for 1,800 RPM run up?
Run up to 1,800 RPMs, holding your brakes. All right, now check your mags out, one at a time. Back to both. 2 clicks slowly to the left. Back to both. All right, carburetor heat. Pull it down and look for RPM drop about 25 RPMs or so.
Charlie on final for runway 2.
Okay. All right. Now check your suction gauge and check the engine gauges over here. Everything looks fine. All right, now bring your throttle back slowly, nice and smoothly. Slowly. And I'm going to probably wait for this cat right here.
And pick Greenville traffic, helicopter 5X.
All right, position. Pick Greenville traffic, Tomahawk November 6219 Alpha is taxi position, runway 02, pick Greenville, will be departing pattern to the northwest. Give you some air over here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, now what you're going to do, there's not much wind out here, but it looks like it. We're going to turn the yoke a little into the wind. It's straight down the runway now. So just put a little right rudder as you add power. You have to hold a little bit of right rudder and no brakes now, all right? Nice and smooth, full throttle, full power, all the way in there. Push it all the way in there. Guide the plane with the rudder pedals all the way full throttle.
Greenville traffic, Scout 12439 left crosswind 02.
All right, looking for about 60-ish, 55 to 60. Start pulling back on the yoke. Raise the yoke, pull back, nose to the tree line. Okay, nose right on the tree line there. and you're off the ground about 800 feet this morning or this afternoon. Okay, you're just looking out there, keeping the wings level with the horizon, just like that. And see, she's wanting to go. It's about 70 knots. Lower your nose to maintain 70 knots. There you go. Now let's control the wings. Put the right rudder in there. See, you're pressing left rudder. You don't need to press left rudder. You need to press right rudder. Because all the left turning tendencies, enough left rudder to keep the ball centered in the turning coordinator over there. Okay?
State Rainbow Sky 12439ers left downwind runway 02.
All right, let's retract the flaps there. Okay. Now climb to 600 feet. Then I want you to make a left turn to 330 and climb to 2,500. Left turn to 330. Climb to 2,500.
Brothers, downwind for.
Okay, we're at 2,500 now.
All right, now just listen what I want you to do. I want you to push forward on the yoke
Maintenance vehicle clear, runway
until you get level, and you'll see it's about 4 or 5 inches. The nose is about 4 or 5 inches below the horizon. Keep pushing. Push forward to stop the climb. Now bring your throttle back to about 2,300 RPMs. Push forward. Push forward. Bring the throttle back.
Traffic, maintenance vehicle cross runway 3315.
Come on back, about 2,300. That's 24. Come on back, 23. All right. Now roll the trim forward. Trim the airplane out. You have to hold a little bit of pressure in there, so you trim it out. Put your nose down because you want to stop the climb. Push your nose forward. Roll the trim forward just a little bit, just to relieve that pressure. Okay. That's still trying to climb a little bit with you. Okay. Let's make a right turn now to heading about 030. Right turn to 030. Please stop the climb. Push forward on the yoke. Push forward on the yoke. Let's make the airplane behave. You got to hold the forward pressure to go down.
That's right.
There you go. There you go. Don't trim it for that. Just push forward a little bit.
22 Charlie Kilo is crosswind. Runway 8, full stop.
I guess this is throwing me. When I look and I see that I should be dropping it.
Remember this lags behind. The vertical speed indicator lags a couple of seconds behind what you're actually doing.
Okay, what right turn was I supposed to make?
Right turn to 030. Push forward.
Traffic, Cessna 44 Hotel is about 3.
Okay, that looks good. What we're going to do, we're going to kind of stay around here away from the traffic at Greenville out to the northwest between Tarboro and Greenville, out here off Old 33, between Old 33 and Highway 64.
Yes,
we have 300. And what we're doing, we're just kind of looking around for other traffic, clearing area below us, above us, and around us, beneath us, around us, and above us. Of course, one reason you want to do that is anytime you're doing a maneuver, in the event that you were to gain or lose altitude pretty abruptly, you want to make sure there's enough room where you're not going to conflict with any traffic.
55439 short final.
Okay, we're on 300.
Okay. Now,
runway 31.
we're at 2,700 feet, and just stay there at 2,700 feet. Now, remember how we did slow flight the other day?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're going to have to vary your power to do this, but what you can do, you're going to first bring the power back to about 1,500 RPMs. And you're just simply going to keep the plane here at 2,700 feet. Now, you're not doing the 2,700 feet now, all right? Pull your flaps in the white arc, both notches. Roll your trim just about all the way back. Roll it all the way back. Take your time. All right, now bring the throttle up very smoothly and slowly to 2,000 RPMs. Put some right rudder in there and get back on a heading of 300. Push your nose down a little bit. Go to 2,700 feet. Push your nose forward just a little bit. Just a little bit, not much. I want you to take a couple of hundred RPMs out of power. Okay? And you're supposed to be on a heading of 300 degrees with some right rudder in there. Okay, now hold about 1 inch or 2 of right rudder. All right, now bring your power up to 1900 RPM. On up on the power, 1900 RPMs. Hold the altitude by add the power, 1900, 2000. Come on up to 2000. Come on with the power quickly. Okay. Now put some right rudder. You got to hold about 1 inch or 2 of right rudder to hold it on the heading. Got to put right rudder in there to hold it on the heading. Okay, I'm stepping on the right rudder. Now you hold it right rudder. Okay. You with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, just have to man
I wasn't pushing it, no.
You weren't pushing out there, that's right. Just got to physically hold that rascal. Now, you don't want to hold enough that the ball goes out, but you want to hold enough.
Keep it in. I got
Keep it in center. Now bring the power back just a little bit. Just keep it on 1900. Raise your nose just a little bit. And what we're looking for is 55 to 60. You got 60 right now. That's looking really good. Looking really good. And this is the way the plane feels when you're landing. Except I'm not going to let you land it this slowly. I'm going to let you land at about 70 knots. That's going to be your approach speed. Got to keep that right rudder in there now. Okay. The slower you're flying and the more drag you have, like the flaps hanging out there, the more pronounced that this rudder control pressure is. The more obvious it is that you really got to hold it in there. Okay? And to recover from this, all you do is just add full power, just like we're making a go-around, and get rid of 1 notch of flaps, lower your nose to level, then you get 70, get rid of the other notch of flaps. Alright, now once you get back up to your altitude, just pull your throttle back to about 2200 RPMs. Okay? And retrim it for a level flight as you need to, but stay at 2700 feet for me. Lower your nose, push forward the yoke, get it back down, physically get it back down to 2700 feet. Alright. And you'll notice that Pickeringville Airport's right on your nose. Just slightly to the left of the nose now. You see that large clearing up there?
Yes, sir.
At about 11:30? That's the airport. And we are 8 to 10 miles northwest of the airport now, 2,500. Now, what I'm going to do is tell them that we are headed back inbound for a touch-and-go landing on runway 02. In other words, I'm just going to tell the traffic, you know, what we want to do. Okay? I may be a little bit further out here to the west than I want to be, but, you know, it's close enough in the airport to come right now to a heading of 170. Of course, a little bit different perspective on your side of the airplane than mine. All right, I'm going to get you to roll out again. Now, roll out right there. That's the airplane. That's the airport right straight ahead of you. You see it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We are about 8 miles to the northwest, so I want you to pull the throttle back to around 1,800 RPMs, 1900, and let the plane descend at approximately 500 feet a minute. And you adjust enter about midfield.
So you can see everything.
So you can see everything and let people know your altitude, you know, let people tell them who you are, where you are, what you're going to do. I usually try to transmit and tell them what kind of aircraft it is. Tomahawk, November 6219 Alpha. Where you are, 8 miles to the northeast, descending out of 2,000 feet. We're landing runway 2, Pickering.
Okay, I'm approaching 1,000 feet. Do I need to start getting ready to enter the pattern? Or?
Yeah, you can start your turn toward the hospital now.
County Unicom, good afternoon, 534 Charlie Charlie.
And just continue to descend to 800 feet for me. Just continue to descend to 800.
I think we'll be on the ramp there in, well, then I'm thinking about 4 minutes. And going to drop one for citation, and we'll get together a fuel order for you. We'll advise when we get there, but we're going to take a splash and be going right back out. Thanks. We'll see you in a minute.
Let's see, it's not all that complicated. It's pretty much straight down the runway.
3546
everything looks good there. We're just going to continue on. At about 50 feet before you get to your desired altitude, Since we're descending at 500 feet a minute, 10% of that's 50 feet. So I'm going to take a 10% lead on the altimeter. And that's where I want you to bring the power up to 2,200 RPMs. All right, right there. Start bringing the power up. Nice and smoothly, 2,200 RPMs. 22. Come on. Right there. Now, raise the nose to level. Right about there's level. Right about there's level. Now, retrim the airplane. Roll it forward. Okay. Now, we're going to go toward the hospital because we don't want to get too close in. Now, I'm going to do this first landing here. I want you to stay with me. And I'm going to be telling you what I'm doing, and I'm going to do all the landing, all the controlling, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, right here, opposite the numbers, I mean the numbers, we've got the fuel pump on.
That was downwind for runway 6.
Now we're retarding the throttle to about 16 to 1700 RPMs. I'm going to roll the trim all the way back, Chad, at this point, and just not let the airplane descend any faster than 70 knots. About 70 knots is where I want it to be. Once I get that airspeed in the 70 to 75 range, I'm going to pull in 1 notch of flaps.
Papa departing runway 2 to the west, Big Greenville.
Then I'm going to turn a left base turn, and I'm going to keep my hand on the throttle, and we're going to stay around 70 knots. And I prefer to be 70 knots plus 5, 70 knots minus a 0. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be
touch high rather than touch low.
5 knots higher is fine. And then I'm going to pull the second notch of flaps, which gives us a 31 degrees or so, 34 degrees. Okay, then we're going to start turning with about a 30-degree angle off the center line of that runway. We're going to start turning toward it. Greenville area traffic, Tomahawk 6219 Alpha's turn final, runway 2, touch and go, Pitt Greenville.
Fair County traffic, Fair County Unicom 534 truck.
Okay, now you see you got them 70. It's pretty much straight down the runway, but the plane's to the left of the center line, so I'm just driving like I do a car or a truck. Just drive it right back over top of there with my yoke, see, and using the rudder just a little bit, whichever way coordinated. And then if I got wind to the left, then I'm going to cross-control the airplane a little bit. I'm going to put right rudder in to straighten the fuselage up with that center line, and I'm going to hold the left wing down just a little bit into the wind. But you notice where the airspeed is. It stayed on 70. And I'm just going to continue on down just like we're doing, just nicely, and put a little right rudder in there to keep it straight. See, I'm just making small changes in it, and then I'm going to let the speed start bleeding off, and then I'm going to start bleeding the power off. I'm going to level off, and just slightly hold the nose up there, and just slightly hold it off, and let it roll on, roll on there. Notice where the nose is not above the other end of the runway, right about on it. And then I'm going to let the nose come down as I make sure I got any power in there, and just turn the yoke into the wind. Then I want you to get rid of 1 notch of flaps. Then I want you to just hold the yoke in the wind and add full power, see? And I'm steering. You remember, I'm doing the controlling. You can stay on it. Feel what I'm doing. And then when I get ready to rotate about 60, I'm going to neutralize and come off all at the same time. Push forward. Push forward a little bit. Let it accelerate. Once I get my 70, I'm out of there with the rest of the flaps, and I'm going to readjust the trim. Readjust the trim. Rolling it forward. All right, your airplane again. Okay. And that, just keep your wings level and look outside. Maintain runway heading 020 approximately, or about what you're doing right now. Just climb straight ahead to about 600 feet. And at 600 feet, we're going to make a left turn to 290, and that'll be the crosswind leg. Right now, this is upwind.
Which way at 600?
600, make a left turn with Yankee left 290. All right, 290 heading. Looking out there, make sure no one's out there.
5260 Papa, departing the pattern to the west, Big Greenville.
Okay, that guy that just did a touch and go, he's departing the area to the west. Now, just keep it turning. Roll out and bring your nose up to the horizon. Bring it right up there. Just hold it right there until you get to 800 feet. I do not want you to turn downwind until you get to 800 feet. So coming up to 800 feet. Okay. All right, now go pitch and turn at the same time. Bring your throttle back to 22. Push forward on the yoke a little bit. and then cut your fuel pump off. Okay, and retrim the airplane for straight and level. You have to roll the trim forward. You turn to the left heading of 200 degrees. And what I do is just look at the hospital and just turn the airplane to the hospital and roll your trim forward, trim the airplane. Roll it. And see the hospital over here? There you go. And just aim the airplane at the hospital. Just like so. And just trim it out. Okay? Alright. The reason the trim system is designed the way it is on this airplane, students notoriously over-trim the airplane, over-control the airplane. And the way this is designed, it's designed to let you turn the trim wheel several times without really changing the trim substantially, you know.
Gotcha. So you got to really get into it to do much.
Yeah. And whereas on the Cessna, Piper and Beech, you just, for the other products, you know, the other models and so forth, even Piper models, you just barely touch it and it trims it, you know. Yeah. Very sensitive. Okay, here again, I beam the numbers. You want to cut the fuel pump on, then reduce the power to about 1700 RPMs. And I want you to roll the trim back about 4 or 5 turns. Just immediately go ahead and roll it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Now you're in the white arc, pull your notch of flaps in there. And something you notice with the Piper Tomahawks, when you pull that notch of flaps in there, it kind of pitches the nose forward some. Okay, now how's the trim feel? Pretty good? All right, turn your left base. Turn your left base. Leave the flaps alone. Give me 1700 RPMs. You got 15. 17, right there. Now lower your nose a little bit. Just keeping it gliding at 70. Okay? All right, pull the second notch of flaps in there. All right, now let go of the yoke a minute and let's see how it feels. Let go of the yoke. Okay, I'm going to roll the trim forward a little bit. All right, take your power back to 15 now. Okay. All right, start your turn to final. Green Larry traffic, Tomahawk 619 Alpha's turning final. Touch and go 02, Pickering. Now just do what I tell you to do, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, remember what I told you a while ago, just drive it over top of the runway, with just like you would a truck or car. Drive up and line it up. Now, you got to keep it over the runway. And then when you get over the runway, then you're going to use the rudder pedal, see, to line the wheels up with the runway alignment. So push the right pedal in there, put some right pedal in there. All right, take the power out, because it want to come down. Just like that. Now stop turning the yoke too much there, because you don't really have any wind. Really don't have any wind, okay? All right, just hold it level. And just do what I tell you to do, very gently and smoothly, like we did in slow flight. Now start leveling the nose a little bit. Don't level it all the way, just a little bit. And gently bring the nose up, gently bring the nose up, bring the nose up, bring the nose up, take the power out. Just hold the nose right there, all the power out of it. Then you see, pull back on the yoke, just hold the nose off, hold it off, see? Then when it comes down real gently, see? All right, 1 notch of flap, sir. Steer it with your feet now. All right, nose, full power, right rudder, steer with your feet, hold the right rudder. You have to hold about 1 inch of right rudder, looking for about 55 to 60. All right, raise your nose to the tree line, not above it, but to the tree line. Okay, right on the tree line. Put the nose on the tree line. Right rudder, hold the right rudder. Remember like we did in slow flight. Okay, get rid of your notch of flaps at 70. And retrim the airplane with the nose just about right on the horizon there. Whatever pressure you have to. Now hold the wings level. I don't want to see the plane banking now. I want to hold the wings level. Hold the right rudder in there. A little bit of right rudder. Wings level, right rudder. Okay, right hand on the throttle.
Okay, Greenville traffic, RV Copter 08791. Chinook helicopter taking off runway 02 with a left downwind departure. Okay, Greenville. Yeah, roger, sir. We have your sight.
.600 feet, turn left to 300 again.
You're going to turn left to 290.
290.
Okay. All right, start your left turn. Greenville traffic, Tomahawk, November 6219 Alpha, turning left crosswind this time, runway 02, touch and go, Pick Greenville. Okay, nose up there on the horizon. You're climbing to 800 feet. And you'll make a left turn, level turn to runway 200, parallel to runway 2. All right, pitch, go pitch, bring your power back to 2200. Pitch, power, and trim. Okay, roll the trim as necessary, and turn downwind, sir. Fuel pump off. Remember, the nose is going to stay about 4 or 5 inches below the horizon. And all I'm doing is just kind of telling folks what we're doing out here.
Pick Greenville traffic, helicopter 854 for Charlie, single helicopter 10 miles northeast, will fly the airport to the hospital, Pick Greenville.
Lower your nose just a little bit. Okay, I'm looking for helocopter out here. They said where they were departing a while ago. A downwind departure. And I'm looking. Do you see a helicopter on downwind?
Negative.
Okay. And Pick Greenville traffic, Tomahawk 621 Alpha's midfield, left downwind, runway 02, touch and go, Pick Greenville. Okay, as you come up, you're coming up beam the numbers here.
County Warrior 6.
Okay, here's where you cut your fuel pump on. Okay, you come back to about 15 to 17.
Greenville traffic, Oscar 0791 on the left downwind for 02 will be departing traffic to the southeast, Pick Greenville.
Okay, 1 notch of flaps, but we're going to hold it level first. I got 1 notch of flaps. All right, roll your trim back about 4 or 5 turns real slowly. Just take your time. All right, now turn your left base. And Tomahawk, November 6219 Alpha is at 800 feet. Turn left base over the river. Runway 02. Pick Greenville, look for the helicopter.
And aircraft turning left base for 02. We're above you and we're clear. It's departing to the southeast.
Okay, thank you, sir. Looking pretty there, and I appreciate it. All right, another notch of flaps. All right. Put your right hand on that throttle now. Start turn to runway 2.
Greenville traffic, helicopter 4 Echo Charlie. We're 5 miles northeast. We were flying the airfield for the hospital, Pick Greenville.
Okay. Tomahawk 6219 Alpha's on short final 02 at 400 feet this time. I think Greenville touch and go.
And traffic to the touch and go, and send your short final.
Short final 02 at 300 feet now.
Well, I got you inside. You doing left or right traffic?
Left published traffic here, Pick Greenville. Now just stay right there. Keep coming down. Keep coming down. Now raise your nose slightly and take the power out. Take the power out. Raise your nose. You got to raise the nose. You got to pull back a little bit. And once you get on the ground, just gently let the nose come down. Okay. All right. Retract your flaps to 1 notch, and gently add a little right rudder as you add that power in there. All right. Full power. Full power. All right. You look for 55. All right, start putting right rudder and bringing the nose off, okay? There we go, push your nose forward a little bit, roll that trim forward some. And then retract that notch of flaps at 70. Okay. I think you're doing pretty darn good, Chad. Yes, sir. What do you think?
I'm very happy right now.
Yeah, I tell you, I think you're doing pretty darn good, bud.